Good morning, class. Good afternoon for the afternoon session. We will be discussing today joint and solidary obligation. And our discussions will be based on your performance test. We will answer the questions that have been sent to you earlier. So we'll start with number one. A, B, and C are individually or jointly indebted to D, E, and F in the amount of 5,000 pesos. The first question, how much can D demand from A? The first consideration that we have to do is to identify whether the obligation is joint or solidary. Kailangan mo nating alamin if yung obligation is joint and solidary. And one of the considerations is to identify if there is or if there are solidary terms in the obligation. And in this obligation, we can see that there are solidary terms used in this obligation, and these are individually and jointly indebted to D, E, and F. Other terms of solidarity includes individually and collectively, individually liable, individually or jointly, jointly and severally liable, and obligated to pay the entire obligation. So if you will find these terms of solidarity in the obligation is solidary. So in item number one, since the obligation is solidary, dahil solidary siya, the rule is yung entire obligation ay masisingil ng creditor mula sa debtor kahit sino sa kanila. So hindi i-divide yung entire obligation. Kahit isa lang dito sa mga creditor, makakasingil ng entire obligation doon sa isa sa mga debtors. So, sabi natin, solidary obligations masisingil ng kahit isa lang sa mga creditor, ang kahit isa lang sa mga debtor ng entire obligation. So, ang magiging answer dito sa number 1, sub-question A is 5,000 pesos. So, 5,000 pesos. The second sub-question, how much should A pay to F if he would be demanded to pay? So, since solidary yung obligation, sabi natin, yung kahit isa lang dito sa mga debtors ay kailangan magbayad ng entire obligation. So dito, ang kailangan bayaran ni A kapag siningil siya ni F ay yung 5,000 pesos. So, 5,000 pesos din ang kailangan bayaran ni A kapag siningil siya ni F. So, the question ngayon is, hindi po ba unfair yon? Yung portion lang naman dito sa inutang niya is parang yung portion niya na 1/3. Kahit na nasingil ngayon ng isa sa mga debtors, ng isa sa mga creditors, yung isa sa mga creditors, may obligation ngayon yung isa sa mga creditor na nakasingil ng entire obligation na i-distribute yung portion ng kanyang co-creditor. So kung nasingil ni D yung 5,000 pesos, hindi niya ikikip yung the entire 5,000 pesos. I-distribute niya yung portion ni E and F. Samantala, sa kabilang banda, although nabayaran ni A yung entire obligation na 5,000 pesos, meron siya ngayong karapatan na singilin yung portion na binayad niya mula kay B and C. Parang ang nangyari, yung nasingil sa kanya, ililipat lang yung portion or utang dito sa ibang debtor. So, let's go to number 2. A, B, and C are obliged themselves rather to pay D, E, and F in the amount of 3,000 pesos. The question is, how much can D demand from A? So, As we mentioned before, ang una nating dapat malaman is if this obligation is joint or solidary. So, paano natin malalaman? Meron ba diyang katulad ditong sa item number 1 na solidary term? Wala. Wala. Kasi wala naman tayong nakikitang solidary term. Walang individually and collectively, individually liable, individually or jointly liable, jointly and severally liable, or obligated or obliged to pay the entire value. Dahil dyan, ang magiging general rule is kapag walang solidary term or hindi mo ma-identify talaga kung may doubt ka if an obligation is joint or solidary, ipagpapalagay ng batas that the obligation is a joint obligation. Bakit? Kasi ang joint obligation is less burdensome. Mas madaling singilin, mas madaling magbayad. Bakit? Kasi kapag 3,000 pesos ang or kabuuan ng pagkakautang ang sisingilin, mas mahirap siyang singilin kasi mas malaki. Pero kapag joint yan, yung portion lang ang masisingil mo, mas madali siyang bayaran, mas madali siyang singilin. Dito, since wala namang nakalagay dyan na solidary term or other considerations na maging solidary obligation ito ay isang joint obligation. So ngayon, sa joint obligation, magkano ba ang masisingil ng isa sa mga creditors dun sa isa sa mga debtors? Ang masisingil niya ay yung proportionate or equal portion nung debtor. So, 3,000, ilan sila? Tatlo sila, si A, B, and C. So, 3,000 divide ngayon sa 3, it is equal to 1,000. So, 1,000 pesos ang masisingil or madidiman na singilin ni D from A. Now, sa second sub-question, how much should A pay to F if it would be demanded to pay? Magkano ang kailangan bayaran A? Sinabi natin, proportionate. So, ilan ba yung creditor? D, E, F, tatlo rin dito. So, 3,000 divided by 3 din, 1,000 lang ang kailangang bayaran ni A kung sakaling singilin siya ni F. So, there is no distribution dahil yung nasingil niya, kanyang portion yun. Now, we'll go to number 3. A and B sign a contract of loan with creditor C. And in their contract, it states that I am indebted to C, sign A and B. Now, the first sub-question is how much can C demand from A? So, we will identify first if the obligation is joint or solidary. Dito sa ating example, joint ba ito o solidary? Meron bang katulad ng number 1 na tinatawag natin na solidary terms na ginamit? Wala. May doubt ba dito kung joint or solidary ito? Meron. Kasi bakit? Kasi I ang ginamit na pronoun pero dalawa yung debtor. So ano yung rule natin? May rule tayo as we discussed doon sa paper na binigay sa inyo na isa sa mga determination kung ang isang obligation is solidary or joint ay yung pronoun na ginamit, yung we or I. We or I. Kapag merong two or more debtor, pero we ang ginamit, so this is a joint obligation. Pero kapag dalawa yung debtor, pero I ang ginamit, ibig sabihin parang magkaisa sila. I lang yung pang-isaan ang pronoun na ginamit. So this is a solidary obligation. So ang sagot natin dito sa number 3 sub-question 1 is this obligation is a solidary obligation. And ano sabi natin kanina? Kapag solidary yung obligation, the entire obligation, the entire amount ng obligation ay masisingil ng creditor doon kahit isa man lang doon sa mga debtor. So, ang sagot natin dito dahil hindi naman naka-indicate dito yung kung magkano yung price, ang sasabihin natin, ang masisingil ni C mula kay A is the entire obligation. Ngayon, the questions, sub-question number 2, how much should B pay to C if he would be demanded to pay? So kapag siningil siya ni B, pwede niya ba sabihin, hindi, dalawa kami dyan. Ito lang portion ko ang babayaran ko. Hindi, kasi this obligation is solidary. So, ang kailangan niyang bayaran kapag siningil siya ng creditor is the entire obligation din. So, ang answer dito is the entire obligation din. Now, we go to number 4. A, B, C, and D conspired to steal from their company the amount of 40,000 pesos. If a case is filed in court against them and they are found guilty as charged, sub-question number 1, how much can the company recover from A if he is the only one with money? So, let's discuss the situation. Si A, B, C, and D, nag-work sila, nagtatrabaho sa isang kumpanya lang. Sa isang kumpanya lang. Kaya lang, they still conspired to steal. Ibig sabihin, kumuha sila or nagnakaw ng 40,000 pesos sa company. Ngayon, i-identify natin sa situation na to, sa case na to, kung joint or solidary ba. Ano ang rule natin or ang batas natin tungkol sa crime? Kasi ang pagnanakaw, di ba, ay is a crime. So, yung mga co-participants sa isang crime, sabi natin, kapag co-participant sila, ang liability nila na kailangan bayaran ay solidary. So, kung solidary ang kailangan nilang bayaran, ang case natin na to ay isa solidary obligation. So, how much can the company recover from A? Paano kung ay na-identify niya na si A lang ang may kakayaan para magbayad ng entire obligation? Ang masisingil niya din, since solidary to is the entire obligation. So, 40,000 pesos ang masisingil ng company from A. Ang magiging tanong nyo is, sir, paano po naging ganun? Parang unfair naman. Hindi siya unfair kasi ang iniiwasan dito ay yung pagtatago ng fruit ng crime. Yung since nagnakaw sila 40,000, baka sabihin ng isa sa mga co-participants o nung isa sa mga kriminal, wala sa akin ang pera. Para mas mapadali yung paniningil, so since gumawa ka ng kasalanan, gumawa ka ng krimen, pwedeng sigilan sa'yo yung entire obligation, yung entire na nakuha mo from the doon sa victim. So, sub-question B. How much should C pay the company if she is asked to pay the amount? So, magkano naman ang masisingil kay C? Since sabi natin, this is a solidary obligation, ang masisingil niya rin ay yung the entire 40,000 pesos. So, ang sabi natin kanina, if a obligation is solidary, ngayon, one of the debtors who pay the entire amount, pwede niyang singilin ngayon yung portion ng kanyang creditors. So, dito sa instance na to, yung si C, pwede niyang masingil ng 10,000 pesos each, si A, si B, or si D. Now, we go to question number 5. A and B are jointly liable to C, D, and E in the amount of 60,000 pesos. Alagay dyan, jointly liable to C, D, and E in the amount of 6,000 pesos. The question is, how much is the share of A in the loan to be paid to the creditor? We will identify first if this obligation is joint or solidary. Ngayon, ang una natin titignan is if there is a solidary term. Jointly liable. Is jointly liable a solidary term? Sabi natin kanina, yung mga terms of solidarity ay individually and collectively liable. Individually liable, jointly and severally liable, obligated to pay the entire value. So, hindi ito installment. So, kahit may jointly dito, kung hindi nakasabi yung severally, or kahit dito may jointly kung hindi nakasabi yung individually na or, the obligation would be considered a joint obligation. So this is a joint obligation. So the rule is the entire amount will be divided to the portion of the debtor or creditor. So dito, sabi natin 6,000 pesos ang obligation at may dalawang debtor at may tatlong creditor. So how much is the share of A? Since 6,000 pesos yan at dalawa lang sila, so divided by 2, 3,000 pesos yung pagkakautang ni A, yung portion niya dito. Sub-question B, how much is the share of C in the credit? Since ilan ba silang creditor dito? Tatlo silang creditor, C, D, and E. So, ang share ni C, i-divide natin naman ngayon sa kung ilan sila, 3. So, kung 6,000 pesos divided by 3, 2,000 pesos. So, 2,000 pesos yung share sa credit ni C. So, that would be the answers to your performance test.